I told you all in a video a couple days ago that Giancarlo Stanton was going to be the most important player for the Yankees. Not because he's their best player, but whenever he steps into Petco Park, he becomes Mark McGwire. I don't get it. But what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. It's been a few days because unfortunately there was no baseball over the weekend, but luckily the Yankees, they played the Rays yesterday. We have some unwritten rules that were broken. We're going to go ahead and break that down. The Astros are one of the scariest teams, if not the scariest team in the playoffs at the current moment. So we'll go ahead and break that game down when they play the A's. And also, we have some injury updates on Dinelson Lamet and Mike Clevinger. And then to end the video, we'll talk about how Major League Baseball is getting sued by its minor league system. So today's a crazy video. Now, before we talk about the highlights, again, I do want to start off with some injury updates. So it just came out that Dinelson Lamet is most likely not going to be on the playoff roster for this next series against the Dodgers. That is a big time blow. But on the flip side, some breaking news just came out. Mike Clevinger is back. Mr. Sunshine is healthy, and he will be your game one starter versus the Dodgers. I am going to watch every single pitch of this game. You all know I am a Mike Clevinger fanboy. I love what San Diego has been doing this year, and the fact that they're playing against the Dodgers, that is must-see TV, as well as the other 3 games that are happening. Just this 2020 playoff schedule so far has been nothing but entertaining, and I'm having a blast. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that we need to improve on anything going forward into 2021, or do you like the current structure of the playoffs? So San Diego Padres fans can rejoice in the fact that their probable best starter, maybe aside from Lamet, because Lamet was a monster this year, Clevinger is back. He's going to be starting that game. Now, one team that had their ace on the bump yesterday, the Oakland A's threw out Chris Bassett, and he was actually cruising up until, well, I think you all kind of know what happens.
This one is driven.
And he hits it.
He'll hit this one down the line. That's to left field, and it's in for a base hit. Maldonado will score. Trying to score is Springer. He will. For the pitchers, and here's a fly ball to center field. See if this stays in the yard. Laureano going back at the wall. That's gone.
Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa, they do all of the damage yesterday, and we're going to go ahead and break this game down because you kind of need to for all the stuff that happened yesterday. 4 consecutive years in a row, Alex Bregman has homered on October 5th, 2017, 2018, 2019, and the latest 2020 home run. There is something about October, the playoffs, and the Astros where it's like, they can smell fall coming, because I don't know if I'm just crazy. When I can smell the leaves changing and something about the weather, you can just smell it coming. And I think the Astros can do that every single year as well, because they are playing at a different pace right now. They were sub 500. They haven't lost a game in the postseason. And then also with that home run, Carlos Correa becomes the first shortstop ever. I'm talking Honus Wagner, I'm talking Nomar Garcia-Parra, I'm talking Francisco Lindor. Derek Jeter, let's throw him in the conversation as well because he played in a ton of postseason games. Carlos Correa became the first shortstop to ever have 2 multiple home run games in the postseason. So he is firing on all cylinders, just like the Astros, and you have to give credit to not only them. Dusty Baker is using that lineup to perfection. He's using the pitchers to perfection. Whether it's Framber coming in relief, whether it's Zach Greinke not going more than 4 innings, or maybe it's Jose Urquidy coming in. I mean, he is managing that team perfectly. So you have to tip your cap. I know that they are the villains for the 2020 and probably 2021 seasons, but you have to tip your cap. The Astros are here. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, and you have to be afraid of them. So if you're an A's fan, my heart goes out to you because this is going to be a tough series. Now, speaking of tough series, I do think that the Yankees are riding all of the momentum in the world right now, but I don't think that the Rays are going to give up all that easy. They have Tyler Glasnow going in the next game, and I think that he's going to come out without his tipping pitches. I don't think that he's going to do that for a second consecutive postseason like he did against the Astros last year. I think that he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he might come out and dominate. But either way, we'll preview that in just a second. The Yankees 8 the Rays' lunch yesterday. Now, G-Man Choi continues to eat Garrett Cole's lunch, but it didn't really mean anything because the final score, we all saw what happened. Aaron Judge went off, Clint Frazier had a home run. I called it. Giancarlo Stanton, he is going to be the X factor in this series because he rakes at Petco Park. He hits a grand slam off some guy, Curtis. Apparently Rays fans aren't very high on this guy, so they said it doesn't count because it was John Curtis. But it does count. Giancarlo Stanton, he joins Slam Diego. Now, one thing that did happen in the 9th inning, so the Yankees are up by 6 runs, and Gleyber Torres, he gets on first base, and he decides to steal second. So if you're following the unwritten rules of baseball, according to Pedro Martinez, you are not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to add fuel to the fire because we all know that the Yankees and the Rays, they hate each other. So why break the unwritten rules? Now, 2020 has been a year of change, and I don't think that the unwritten rules mean as much to the younger players as it does to, Pedro Martinez and Jimmy Rollins and all of those other guys. So what I want to do is I want to break down Pedro's quote, and then I want to get your all opinions in the comment section down below. So he said, Gleyber, that's a mistake. You respect the opposition because you expect them to respect you, and what you do is add fuel to the fire, and later on, if they bust you back, don't think that they don't respect you or they don't like you. That was a terrible mistake. I hope you'll learn, and the next time you just don't do that. This is the postseason, my man. This is coming from a guy that literally took the face of an old man, someone's grandpa, and slammed him down to the ground talking about respect. Come on. I know the Red Sox and the Yankees rivalry was a whole lot more than just a rivalry. It was hatred. If you're a member of the Red Sox, you hated the Yankees and vice versa. But these are unwritten rules. Cry me a river. I understand that he came up in a different era. Maybe he just needs some time to adjust, but he seems that he is concrete in his position that this is breaking an unwritten rule. When you're only up by 6 in the playoffs against a red-hot Rays team that can score 6 in the matter of seconds, whether it's from a Mike Zunino 2-run home run or a Hunter Renfroe grand slam, the Rays are not to be messed with. So Pedro, I understand that he played in a different era and this was disrespectful, but you have to go full throttle at all moments, especially in the postseason. So to me, I'm on the side of Gleyber Torres. You steal that base, you pile it on because it's October. No feelings should be hurt. You play to win. So anyways, that is just my opinion. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, quickly, before we talk about Major League Baseball getting sued, I want to talk about the preview for day number 2 of the division series. So we have game number 1, the Marlins versus the Braves. We have Sandy Alcantara versus Max Fried. Max Fried is looking to throw his 2nd straight gem. Knock on wood so I don't jinx it and I can't get blamed. We have Framber Valdez going up against Sean Manaea. So 2 crafty lefties going up against each other in game number 2. We have the Yankees versus the Rays. Rookie Debbie Garcia, he's going up against Tyler Glasnow of the Rays. And then last but not least, as I said, Mike Clevinger will be your game 1 starter for the Padres, and he is going up against Walker Buehler, in my opinion, one of the best pitchers to start a postseason ever. His postseason stats are out of this world, and he does not want to be stopped today. So that does it for all of the highlights. That does it for Bregman hitting a home run on 4 consecutive August 5ths, and Carlos Correa making history as a shortstop. Dusty Baker doing his thing, and then the Yankees, they decimated the Rays yesterday after Kevin Cash said that he had a stable of pitchers just in case the Yankees wanted to retaliate. But then they do this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that almost hit Gio Urshela in the face, so maybe the Rays coaching staff needs to be looked at as well. So anyways, that's besides the point. What I want to do is end the video by saying Major League Baseball is finally getting a backhand from the Supreme Court and minor league baseball because they have been screwing over minor league baseball players for as long as I can remember. They make less than minimum wage. So all that the minor league players are doing is asking for the same treatment as someone who works at McDonald's or Walmart. Get some fair treatment, fair pay, and I respect it. And the Supreme Court actually denied an action from Major League Baseball to see the proceedings. So they said, nope, MLB, you get to see nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I think that minor league baseball is going to come out with a victory, and good for them. The minor league baseball players, they deserve better compensation. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your predictions for the rest of the division series in the comment section down below, and enjoy this day in MLB history. Stay safe.
I think that's for the pitcher. Yeah, he sent off outside and got him. Nolan's given up only 2 hits, and the pitch in the dirt, and he got him, and he ties the National League record of 19 strikeouts, and if that hadn't been completed at first base, he could have another shot.